everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a foliage video, and on my beautiful friend Susanna, we are going to just brighten her up. So I'm very excited to do this. I did this video a little while ago, so if you see that I have short hair, it's because I didn't have my extensions in, and I'm just getting around to posting it, so that's why it looks like it was during the summer, because it was. But yeah, I'm just starting out at the nape. So what I do is I do the back of the head and then I do the front of the head. So I just did one foil at the bottom with this same like weave and tease technique just to get around her hairline down there. And now I'm moving up and I'm using Goldwell Oxycur with 20 volume, my go-to lightener, go-to developer. And I love it for almost every single client, except for clients that have stubborn hair or clients that have fragile hair. Then I will change up my developer, obviously. But her hair, it's with 20 volume. So we are looking to do like a natural light brown blonde balayage look. But instead of open air and getting it to a point where it's kind of brassy and you're just toning out brass, we are going to do foliage because that will help the hair lift. It'll get it nice and beautiful and still get that same like piecey look. So what I do is I just take subsections about half an inch, depending on how much lightness. The smaller the sections you take, the more light you're going to have. The bigger sections you take, the less lightness you're going to have. So we kind of want more lightness than less lightness, if that makes any sense at all. But what I'm doing is I just take a slice off the top of that section, I weave it, and then I tease that section, and then I'm going to take my Framar Power Painter brush. I love these for this technique because they're just big, they get a lot of product on, they blend up really beautifully, and I just love them. They're super, super nice to use. So yeah, I'm just covering her entire section, like ends and all, and blending it up to that tease. I do tease every section because I want it to be blended. And guys, I get so many questions on how I comb out tease. I might have a clip at the end of this video on how I comb it out, but I comb it out the same way for every client. And that is I will rinse out all of the product. So rinse out all the lightener, towel dry a smidge, maybe not even towel dry, just squeeze out all of the water you can. Then, depending on if it's a little brassy or not, I will always use Redken pH Bonder Step 2. And then sometimes I'll mix in a little bit of the Pravana purple mask, depending on if it is too brassy. If it's not brassy, I'm not going to do that because I want to tone. But if it is a little brassy and I need a bit of a pre-tone, that's my pre-tone mixed in with my pH Bonder. And that, I'll put all that everywhere, and then I will brush out my teas with a wet brush. And that is literally what I do on every single person that I tease. Now if you're doing small sections like this, like super fine, the tease is going to be really tiny and light, and so it's not going to be that hard to comb out. So don't worry about that. If you're teasing like a crazy person in huge sections, then yes, it might take longer to brush out. But if you're taking small sections like this, it shouldn't be that hard to brush out. It should come out pretty easily. And you're allowing that pH bonder to sit on while you are brushing it out, which gives it a nice amount of time to like really get into the hair, close that cuticle, well, bond the hair, like, because I use the step 1 in my lightener on every single client. It's non-negotiable, like I always use it, so that I always have to put the step 2 on at some point, and that's kind of where I do it when I do this. Anyways, that was a long ramble about what I do to brush out teas, but yeah, just keep watching. You will see that I go up I split the back into 2 sections and just go up half a section all the way up the head, and then I go around and do the front. And it's pretty easy, pretty simple, but makes a beautiful, beautiful impact and color technique. And so I will come back on when I start to tone. who doesn't love a good foil pulling? If you follow me on Instagram, you know I love foil pulling, and I have a whole highlight section dedicated just for foil pulling because I think it's so satisfying and beautiful to see all the little lines and how much the lightener is lifted and just the raw lift of the highlights. I just think it's so pretty and satisfying. So now I'm going to be mixing up her toner. Here's it all written out. But for her root toner, what I'm using is 6N, 7N, and a splash of 8GI. I'm going to take that about 2 to 3 inches down depending on what part of the head I'm doing. And I'm just blending that line. There shouldn't be any lines because we teased and we used the power painter, but I just want to give her a smidge of a blend right at where the light pieces start so it doesn't look so like crazy where the pieces start and it looks more like natural. And she does not come in and get her hair done as often as she should. She comes in maybe once a year. So I want this to be able to grow out super blended and natural. Now we're moving on to the mids and ends, which is Redken Shades of Cute 8V and 8GI. I have equal parts of that, and I think it just creates the most beautiful beigey tone to the hair, which will look great with her natural color left out and then her skin tone. So I just let that sit on for about 10 minutes. And then this is the Redken Shades of Cute Vinegar Rinse. I do this on some clients, not every client, just to like as a specialty, just to close that cuticle and give it nice shine and balance the pH even more. Even though we did use the pH bonder, I just want to do this as a sealant for her toner because we did the bonder before we toned, and so this is just going to seal in that toner a little bit more. So I just like splash it on and kind of work it through the hair and then shampoo, blow dry. And this is me blow drying some pieces and some curling pieces. I am going to do a curling video soon, so keep an eye out for that because I get asked all the time how I curl hair. So don't worry, I will definitely do that soon in the future. But here are some clips of me curling the hair, so if you can get how I do it from this, just keep watching and you can see how I do that beachy wave curl. And this is the end result. Look at how beautiful and blended this is. This looks so natural, so piecey, so beautiful. It looks like she like lives at the ocean and just stays outside and suntans all day, and it's so beautiful. I don't even have words. I'm obsessed with this color. I love this technique. It's amazing. So yeah, I love it. I'm obsessed. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And follow me on Instagram at Hair by Lexi Dawn. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!